Hello, welcome to It's Your Life. I'm James Cooley, and wow, my great producer reminded me that today is Thursday because I was probably 3, 4 light years ahead because I was watching Star Trek, and I had all that in. I was thinking light years no more yesterday. I'll tell you, man. You know that Michelle and I, and you, are Trekkies, and and sometimes they advance so far in the future in a matter of seconds that sometimes we have a problem in navigating exactly where we at in that period of time. I was trying to beam myself up, and Scotty wasn't there to help me out. But
Beam me up, Scotty.
but I tell you, it's always an absolute pleasure to have absolutely wonderful, terrific guests. And my and no, you know what? She was supposed to be in the studio with you, but then she figured out that Michelle and I were in Texas, and she's like, "I'm not going in the studio." I mean, nah, I wanted her in studio because you see how bubbly she is. I mean, she's gonna be bubbly anyway, but and wow, it's just an absolute pleasure having her back on the show tonight. And just like you mentioned, and I mentioned navigating, and I mentioned beating up, and I mentioned all of those great things, but we can be talking about navigating difficult mental health conversation. Now, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And that is such a wonderful topic. And plus, our listening audience, everyone needs to know what that means. Yeah, but before we get to that, I have to introduce my absolutely fantastic, wonderful co-host, Michelle Denise Cool. How you doing,
I'm doing good, James Cooley.
you know, uh, just like I always tell you, I don't get an opportunity to see you that much during the day. And it's been cold here, my friend. And I try to get out there. And today I did not get my 8 miles in. But, oh, I got them in, but I didn't get them in traditionally like I normally do outside. I'm doing it. Well, sometimes we have to be able to create alternate plans. We have to be able to navigate our way through whatever our goal is for that day, that time, that year, that month, I mean, whatever that might be. So, but no, I'm telling you, I'm going to get to this absolutely wonderful guest. Sometimes, especially me, I set a goal of 20,000 steps per day. 20,000 steps. And 20,000 steps is like 9.8 miles. And I have not missed the goal uh, recently. I might miss it tonight because that's still going to require another 1,600 steps. But when I get off the show, I'm probably going to try to get them in, bro. I mean, determination. I call it the MDC theory: motivation, dedication, and creation. Motivation. You have to be motivated to do whatever you go with. Dedicated. You have to do it even when time don't allow you. Creation is that you are able to do the motivation and dedication. You're gonna create whatever mindset, whatever goal you have. With that being said, Michelle, I just want to get to this absolutely fantastic guest. Uh, uh, First of all, can you tell our listeners what's the title of today's show?
The title of today's show is Navigating Difficult Mental Health Conversations.
Purpose of the show.
The purpose of the show is getting to know the background of advocate, speaker, writer, mental health equity champion, business manager, community builder, social activist, coach slash advisor, Desi Carson. Discussing navigating difficult mental health conversations and the do's and don'ts of those types of conversations, and learn what the spoons concept and trauma informed approach is regarding mental health conversations.
And I want our listeners to know that besides Jordan Colbert, this is the most requested, most appearances on my show, and they're competing. I think this is her fifth show, Michelle.
I lost count.
And she's under 30 as well. Yeah, so I just want our listening audience to know that we have some brilliant millenniums. We have some brilliant folks that are out there educating all of us. And Michelle, can you please introduce this absolutely fantastic, gorgeous, because I'm looking at her right now, guest to our listening audience?
Desi Carson. Desi Carson's journey into inclusion, diversity, equity, access, and social justice work only began in middle school when volunteerism in numerous community programs became a central part of her life. From local food drives to teaching soccer to special needs students, she consistently saw the need for more hope, compassion, kindness, and love in the world. An athlete herself, Desi found sports and recreational activities to be a powerful way to bring people together. Throughout her career running campus recreation programs at the University of Virginia and Valdosta State, as well as overseeing larger adult leagues and children's programs through AmeriCorps. As always determined to bring her varied interests together, Desi now holds the position of Director of Programs and Partnerships at Ideas Generation, as well as the title of Business Manager for Psychotherapy. At Ideas Generation, Desi leads the design and implementation of the organization's leadership and community development programs designed to connect, support, and elevate the next generation of ideas leaders. Her specialties lie in writing, speaking, coaching, and program development centered around intersectionality, mental health advocacy, human-centered compassion, and a commitment to radically redefining professionalism. When she's not working, you'll find her either traveling with her partner or playing with her adorable pets. James Cooley Show, it's your live. Welcome us back, Desi Carson.
Wow, Desiree, it's always an absolute pleasure having you on the show. I want to remind our listening audience that if you want to be part of this conversation, that's 1-888-344-1170. But that's in the third segment. We're not taking any calls until we delve off into this conversation in the third segment. And Noah, I always follow my producer groups. Wow, hey Desi, you've been on the show many, many times, and not only Michelle, they mentioned that you are a product of military parents, and a lot of that has a whole lot to do with you being a person that you are and the disciplines that you display and that you always carry. 1 minute, we got a break. Can you just remind our listening audience who you are, whose you are, and then we'll get back in the next segment and go deeper. Wow, you know what I tell you? I want everyone to hold all of those thoughts because we're going to take a station break. But when we come back, we really going to delve off into some of the specialities that make this woman so unique. And we're going to talk about mental health and how you navigate through that. So, again, the third segment, if you want to be part of the conversation, that's 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. It's your life. I'm James Cooley. We'll be back shortly after the break. So, this is how we're going to do this. I am going to come back with a question. Michelle, you got two. Noah, you got one. So I come back, bring it back. I got one. Michelle got two. Noah, you got one. And now pick it up from there.
Okay.
How much time we got before the break? I mean, before we start past? So, what I'm going to do is bring the show down. And I want to talk about navigating through mental health. Then you got a couple of questions. Noah got one, then I come back with two.
Okay.
And we'll just go from there. But I really want to get off into mental health because we have so many problems right now.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Hello, welcome back to It's Your Life. I'm James Cooley, and I'm just gonna tell you, I just get tickled pink every time I have this absolutely wonderful, sensational, fantastic guest. Ah, Desi Carson, because she brings so much knowledge and information, knowing you notice. She always brings it. She's always at her top of her game. And she's able to relate to all age groups, whether youth or young adult or middle age or ancient like me. She's able to, but but she was able to relate. She's able to relate um, to all demographics, all races, all religions, whatever you might be. She just got that special secret sauce that when she speaks, you think she's talking to you personally. And we have hundreds and thousands of people listening to the show, but everybody that listening think that she's actually talking to them. And that's the type of people, or that's the type of guest that we need to have that's able to relate to everybody. And so, again, our listening audience, next segment, if you want to be part of the conversation, the phone lines will be open, and that's 1-888-34. So there's, I gotta say that you came up with this title, navigating difficult through mental health and conversation, and it's a very important topic that most people don't even want to talk about, and by them not talking about it, that the problem exists internally for a long time. Can you tell our listeners why you thought this topic was so important that we need to just open up and just talk about it because those are difficult conversations? Wow, you know, we that's why you're so important. I always like to identify a listener, and I got my very, very great shipmate. He's in Arizona right now, sitting there resting. His name is Gary Chill Miller. And Chill Mill, man, it's an absolute pleasure. Uh, just getting in touch with you because we haven't talked in a while, and you locked in on the show. And we challenge you to call in the next segment and ask this absolutely fantastic guest questions, and you never took a dare that you didn't do it. So, tell you what, I'm gonna turn the conversation over to Michelle because she got a million questions.
Yes, thank you, Desi. I know having conversations about one's mental health is difficult, and there's two sides you can go with that. Sometimes people will go to a professional, or they'll go to a family member or friend. Do you believe that it is wise, if you're going to a friend or family member, to divulge all your personal information about what you're going through in order to be understood?
He said he's gonna be
And it's also a trust factor as well, because someone has to trust you to keep this between, you and them, and if they don't trust you, they'll never reach out to you again, and that could be very devastating to that person. So, what are your thoughts on that? And I'm gonna give you a part B for that question. Let's say the conversation does not go well. Sometimes people get uncomfortable listening to someone going through things and they don't know how to respond. And they'll just say something like, oh, you need a break, you need a time away, you're just stressed, a lot of people have it worse off than you, just kind of poo-poo it away. So what are your thoughts on those two things?
Wow. You know what? You just mentioned something because anything that you do, you never know who's watching, who's admiring you, and what type of influence that you're setting for others. So I tell you, we're going to take a station break. But when we come back, listen, audience, the phone lines are open. And if you got some questions for this absolutely fantastic, sensational guest, that's 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. It's your life. We'll be back shortly with Desi Carson after the break. This is James Coley. We'll see you shortly. That's okay. When we come back, I got the first couple of questions, and hopefully, I think we're gonna get a couple of callers in. Michelle got one, you got one, and I'm picking up from there. So, me too. Michelle one, you one, and back to me. Well, come on, man. I highly suggest that you do that. I mean, extremely uh, highly recommend you do that because she is wonderful. I think you need to make that happen. And, hey man, and thanks for sending that yes. We're gonna reach out to him tomorrow. And so you haven't booked, you haven't had him on the show yet. Man, look forward to it, man. Hey, keep sending these absolutely fantastic guests to us. Oh, we going to get that guy back on the show. He's absolutely fantastic. He's probably the most uh, intelligent talk show host. I'm talking about from around all around perspective that I know. No, I tell you that all the time, but I'm not joking with you. How much time we got before we come back? Okay. Well, and you're absolutely fantastic. Please send me that show. I'm gonna listen to it. Doing my hike or doing my time in the gym tomorrow. Okay, looking forward to it.
James, you're coming back now.
We back on. Not yet.
No, right now, let's doing it. Get on.
Hello, welcome back to It's Your Life. I'm James Cooley, and I tell y'all, I was just in thought, thinking about all the great things that this absolutely fantastic, wonderful guest bring to the show, bring to our listening audience. And the phone lines are open, Noah. And Noah, you need to tell them as the producer again that now you can call in. It's open, completely open. There's the well. Let's really get off into the topic of the show tonight. Navigating difficult mental health conversations. That's why is it important to take these conversations seriously and not be judgmental. A lot of people are so judgmental about certain things, and which kind of put a negative stigma on the person where they don't even want to reach out to any help because they think that people are going to not take them seriously and just judge them for sharing what they are feeling. Such a fantastic answer. I want you to take a minute or two to answer this one because I really want our listening audience to hear from you. What are the do's and the don'ts for having these conversations with folks that might really need someone to encourage them and help them and keep them from jumping off the bridge? And I mentioned jumping off the bridge because a lot of times we find ourselves in those situations where we feel that there is no alternative but to do it. What are the do's and the don'ts of mental health conversation?
Wow. Desi, what is the spoons concept regarding these types of conversations, and also what is the trauma-informed approach as well? Basically, these two questions in one.
You know what? So you just mentioned the three E's: event, experiences, and effect. And all of those could be traumatized, and you just explained all of. And we got a caller on the line. We got Danielle. Danielle, wow, welcome to the show. And I know you got a fantastic question for this great guest. Wow. Danielle, that was such a wonderful question, Auntie. And this absolutely wonderful niece of yours. And, you know, she invaluable with all the knowledge, the experience, and just the advice that she had. And you know what? She's a young person that's way ahead of her time forward with knowledge. And we call it wisdom at an early age. You, you know, I have, I have learned a lot from this young lady over the last, I'd say 9 months. And we are going to continue to learn a whole lot from you. I tell you, we're going to take a station break. But when we come back, we're going to continue this absolutely wonderful conversation with Desi Carson. And I tell you, if you want to be part of this conversation, that's 1-888-344-1170. It's your life. I'm James Cooley. We'll be back shortly after the break. Okay, so you got the first question.
Mm-hmm.
Noah got one, and I'm gonna finish it.
Okay, babe.
Okay.
Great show. She's always great.
She's absolutely fantastic. She's gonna be fantastic on Noah's show. So you come back with the question.
Mm-hmm.
We need to try to keep it. Tell her that we need to try to keep the answers to less than a minute because we got about 4 or 5 questions. So you got the first one. Noah
Yeah.
got the next one, and then okay, we'll bring her on. I'll bring her on immediately when we come back. But then Michelle got a quick question. You got a quick question. I don't know how much time we got in this segment. Oh wow, that's you know what? I'm gonna be there 6th of February. I just want you to know that week, uh, and we got a couple of in studio guests that's gonna be absolutely fantastic, and you might want a couple of those in studio guests to be on your show as well. And I'm not gonna tell you right now. I'm just gonna surprise you. Well, you know, Chad is absolutely wonderful, but Chad and I talked, and I told him I'd get him back on in a couple of in like six six. That's a Sunday, but on the 5th, yeah, he invited me, and wow, I wish I was there during that time frame. Uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, but we get there at 6, and but we gonna have enough. I would love, I would love for you to do that and to lock me in on that one as well if I'm able to. I mean, but that I think that's fantastic, man. And record him, get that audio for the show. Absolutely. Okay. So this is gonna be real quick. And Michelle told her to try to keep the answers under 1 minute because we want to try to get to all of this stuff. Hello, welcome back. Digital Life. I'm James Cooley, and like I always say, we got the young doctor, young professor, uh, got the genius, and it's a lot more adjectives that I can put behind who this person is because she's fantastic. We're talking about Desi Carson, and always full of energy, always full of life, always bringing valuable information. And if you want to be part of this conversation, that's 1-888-344-1170. That's 1-888-344-1170. Desi, we got a caller on the line right now. Brittany, are you there? How you doing? How you doing?
Thank you, Brittany. Thank you for calling in. Desi, I got this question, and I'm trying to explain it the right way. So, like if you have people in your life who are going through things, certain mental health issues, and they come to you, of course, you love them, you want to support them, but when does it become more of a, and I hate to say this word, of a burden on the receiver? Every time they hear from the person, they still going through these issues, and then the person they're confiding in, it becomes a little too much for them. But instead of turning them away, they don't want to discourage them. They want them to know that there's someone there who can listen to them. What advice would you have for the receiver if it's getting a little too much for them without offending and discouraging the person discussing this?
Wow. Wow, Desert, we down to the last 3 minutes, and I got about three questions I want to ask you, so it have to be a 30-second response because I want to ask all of them that they're that important. If protecting and taking care of your mental health daily, how important is that? 30 seconds or less, because we're going to get to all of them. Wow, Desert, you're so knowledgeable, and you're the young doctor, young professor, and how come you are not writing a book, or is that in the plans, or what are you planning on doing? Because you need to share this information to the world. I've been writing a whole lot lately, and I'm not on the level of you for as knowledge in this arena, but how can our listening audience get in touch with you if they want to reach out to you and also your business that you're doing? How can they reach out to you? 30 seconds on this. Wow. Uh, Real quickly, what is Desi working on right now for 2022 until March? Can you just sum that up in about 15, 20 seconds? What, Desi, as you already know, you always got an open platform to come on my show because you make my show a lot better. And I would love to have you on. You and I talked about that in about 3 weeks. Well, I want to talk about generations. And so thank you so much for taking the time to come on the James Cooley Show with your life. Thank you, thank you. I'd like to thank my absolutely fantastic co-host, Michelle Cooley. She's beautiful, and she's always here supporting, and she does all the heavy lifting. Like to thank my great producer, Noah Dingley, for always putting the content, making sure that we got an absolutely fantastic show. I'd like to thank, most importantly, our listening audience for tuning in every night to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. And I tell you, we always look for sponsors so we can continue to bring this great message to you. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life. I'm James Cooley. We'll see you tomorrow. Wow. Hey, Noah, you need to get this guest on your show. I ain't gonna tell you what you need to do, but she's fantastic.
Hello there, Desi.
She checked with Noah, so she'll be
Oh, she is?
back
Okay.
shortly.
All right. It's a very good show.
I thought it was very, very good. Chat with her.
She's still talking to Noah.
And the week of the 6th, she's supposed to be getting in touch with Rachel.
Oh, she says, of course, she's wrapping up with Noah now. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, great show.
Thanks.
Always,
No, I was wrapping up with Noah.
always, I think you'll be an absolutely fantastic guest on Noah's show. And so,
I'm excited. Yeah, I was saying, like, I feel like we'll be able to really get into it. I was saying something I haven't talked about yet is about the mental health care system, and I have a lot of gripes with it, so that could be an option.
well, I got a couple of talk show hosts, very good friends of mine, that I think you would be absolutely fantastic, a fantastic
so?
guest. But if you give me the word and say, okay, and you have to trust me because I'm not gonna put you in touch with nobody that's not right.
Oh, I do trust you. No, I trust whatever whoever you're introducing me to or putting me on, I know it's in the best spirit. So like, I trust you, man.
Do you remember what was that that you guys went to in New York to play?
Hamilton?
Uh, uh, let's put her in front of a crowd. I don't know if you remember. You remember that scene?
No, I have not seen Hamilton. But
Oh
I'm
man,
it.
you know, I mean, it's just that so inspirational, so uh, has an influence that you need to get you in front of the crowd, in front of the world, to uh, state your message just as you're doing, being the same person, same everything. You don't have to change nothing,
Yeah.
because you're fantastic. And
I'm believing you, and you believing in me means so much. So that's awesome. I trust whatever connections and all that.
and you know what? My daughter joked with me early this morning. She said, "Dad, you always say that fantastic, wonderful, awesome, but I said it when I mean it." Uh-huh.
Right.
And you are fantastic. And so
Aw.
I just want to thank you. Seriously, like we talked about, the week of the 8th, I mean the 6th, I would love to, me and Michelle is going to be there, get you in studio face to face,
Yeah.
and to talk about generations. Rachel, if she game, that's fine. If not, uh, if you got someone else or however you want to do it, I want to talk about that generational trust, that generational mentor perspective that when you brought that to my attention, I was like so excited, and I haven't been able to push that to the side because I think it's important.
Yeah, it really is, and like my aunt said it too, right? It's like so much we're learning from each other, and that's just so important. And it's not always linear when it comes to age and learning. And so, yeah, that's cool.
So the week of and I said this now because tomorrow my focus is gonna change because I'm gonna start getting other guests in. I mean,
I know.
you already know how that is.
I'll get on Rachel. I'll
No,
ask
no, but
Rachel.
I need to know something the next day or so. If you or and it doesn't have to be anybody else other than you, but it could be. But I need to lock that into the schedule because we are getting really, really busy, and I need to lock that in. That's the week of the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, or something like that.
Are all of those days options or just like a couple?
I'm only gonna be in studio twice that week, maybe 3 times. So right now, every day is optional except the 7th.
Okay, cool. I'll get an answer. I'll text Rachel tonight, and she's usually pretty quick.
Yeah, Rachel is absolutely fantastic. She is. She's fantastic. But I just need to lock those in because everything is moving real fast. And
As it should be.
and if I don't lock it in, like the next couple of days, we ain't gonna get there because somebody is gonna be filling the slots.
Right.
And,
Exactly.
and
I feel you.
hey, thank you so much. We're gonna have to end this, but you're absolutely fantastic, wonderful, awesome. And you are the young doctor, young professor, and Desi.
Etc., etc., etc.
Always. Thank you so much.
Y'all hype me up so much. Thank you so much.
No, but
And as always, for
no
the
one need to hype you up because just like your aunt talked about that. It's a aura, it's an influence, it's just that confidence that you bring that reaches all across the spectrum, regardless of whether you're a kid, a youth, a young adult, a middle-aged, or old person like me. So,
We're the same age, James.
so thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Desi.
And
Thank you
we
both.
will talk to you later.
Yeah, super soon. We'll see each other soon. I can't wait to see y'all in person again.
All right,
as
looking
well.
forward to it. But we're gonna talk before then.
All right,
Hey,
cool.
Thank you, Des.
Y'all have a good night. Thank you again so much.
All right, thanks.